All right, everybody. I hope you guys are doing very well. I'm starting a few minutes early, um, just because I'm ready, I guess. So, hey, Kathy R., how are you doing? It's good to see you tonight. I know it's very strange for me to be live at night, but I'm jumping back into, my YouTube channel. I've been on hiatus for really several months. But I've missed you guys. So I'm going to turn it around and start doing it again. Okay. Lots of good cases to work on and interesting things happening. And so tonight, hey, Maine girl, welcome. It's good to see you. Hey, Elizabeth Ross, welcome, my friend. So good to see you again. Um, so I'm going to talk about Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra and what happened to them in San Antonio. It's a terrible situation. Happy New Year, your main girl, Paul Boone. Welcome. Hey, Jane Kelly Quinn. She comes from the land down under. So good to see you. And thank you for being here from Victoria, Australia. Put a shrimp on the bobby. I understand that actually has no real meaning to people in Australia. You don't know why they say they'll put a shrimp on the Barbie, other than I think, was it Crocodile Dundee? Okay, but true Australians, yeah, I don't think you do the whole shrimp on the Barbie thing. Hey, Diane H, I have missed you as well, and it's good to see you and talk with you. So thank you guys for being here. I sure appreciate it. So one thing I need to get, I had downloaded, or I tried to download this clip. Oh, maybe it's done. Let me see if it'll open. Hopefully. I want to go straight to this because here's the reason why. So the video
of two persons of interest.
Okay. So the video of the person getting in and out of the car, Savannah's car, next to the black Chevy truck, that video, whenever you download it or you upload, upload it to StreamYards or YouTube, you're losing clarity in the video. So the police actually put out a really great quality video. It's like a 1020 video, what's it, 1040 video. But when you try to upload to YouTube, you lose that high quality video, and it's a little bit difficult to see the details. So one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to download this into my, because it did work. So I want to download it into my Canva. So let me get my Canva open. I've uploaded the video in its 1080 format. And then I'm going to put it into Canva where I can then zoom in and discard my old, start a new project. Just give me 1 second. Everybody say hello to one another. Wish everybody Happy New Year and all of those fine things. And let me get this. I do not want to check updates. And I want to import media. And I'm going to import from downloads. Nope. Gonna go to YouTube. Take me just a second to get to that place where the video is. Here it is, right here. And we ought to be able to zoom in and see it with the highest resolution. May take it a second because it's 1080. So it's going to take quite a while, I think, to upload. So we'll let that do that while we're talking about something else. Okay, so I'll give that a minute to do. All right. So I hope everybody had a great holiday celebration. It's great to see you, Diane Marie. Welcome. Good to have you here. I hope everybody had a good Christmas and New Year's, and that everybody's 2024 is off to a really great start. Hey, Harley girl, it's good to have you. Happy New Year to you. So everyone in the true crime community has been following this Savannah Soto case and watching, and it's a heartbreaking, terrible case. Well, shoot, where did it go? Where did it go? Trying to get it uploaded in high. That should work. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not.
Police continue their capital murder.
Yeah, it's still uploading, so I don't have video yet. So I'm still waiting on the video. I have the audio, but I'm waiting on the video. Cut. All right, so we'll let that continue to upload, or try. And this video that we have, I think I'll share from this site. Present, share screen, quit playing detective, share. Okay. Now, I do believe that we've all heard this clip, seen this clip. The family of, hey, Shalimar, Happy New Year to you, my friend. This clip of Savanah Soto's aunt, her grandmother. Some people have had negative reactions to it. And they have come out and said, leave us alone. We just stop playing detective. Stop talking about the case. You're interfering with the police investigation. The grandmother says, leave us alone. Let us grieve in private. If it was anyone else, you would let us grieve in private. I don't really understand what that means. But I definitely think the sentiment is clear. The message that they're sending from Savannah's family, side of the family, is very clear. And it is, they don't want people talking about this case. I think that is fascinating. And the reason I think that is so interesting is because they are the ones that came out and said, hey, please help us with this case. You remember that? Like when this whole thing started. Welcome, Justice Jane. Hi, Vicki Carpenter. Happy New Year to you guys. They came out and they asked for help, that Savannah and Matthew were missing, and people around San Antonio were looking for them. And what better way of finding a missing person than using the true crime community on the social media networks, correct? I mean, we've got a lot of the Brian Koberger, that was a big help. Kylie Rodney, huge help to have social media awareness and following the case. I mean, at this point, if you guys have ever seen that documentary, Don't F with Cats, there's plenty of proof at this point that the true crime community has been incredibly instrumental, either finding missing people or locating areas for additional investigation, or even in some cases providing information that actually solves a murder. So to say that we're interfering simply because we're having a conversation, I'm not sure that's accurate. And it's a little bit worrisome because it echoes the words that we heard from Shanann Maruchek's family, they were saying very similar things after the fact, and a lot of us felt like it was really shocking. There were really good, really great creators that were 100% in support of Shanann and believing that Chris Watts, in fact, was the dude, that they got the right guy. And the Ruchek family turned on those creators, and it's very curious. And you don't know if they turned on those creators because maybe they had, an ethical creator that was feeding them information that was not correct. You don't really know where that came from, but I do think they were being heavily manipulated by an unscrupulous, person. But nevertheless, as long as each creator is respectful and they're not being ostentatious or underhanded and shady, as long as they're really legitimately trying to put out solid information, and they're treating the people in the case with dignity and respect, I think it is disingenuous to believe that you're going to stop people from talking, especially when the whole goal has been to help. And there are a great many people that have helped the police and have helped investigations and have helped families. And the Gabby Petito case, 100%, I believe, unlikely to have been solved if not for a social media influencer on vacation in the area, and they kept their eyes open and they found the vehicle. And once they found the vehicle, the cops knew where to search, and it was only a matter of time. So Kylie Rodney, very strange, right, Vicki? The finding Kylie Rodney's laptop, law enforcement not even the slightest bit interested in the laptop, definitely led you to a place of curiosity that it didn't seem like the cops were really having an investigation. It really seemed like they wanted to be able to say, we know what happened and no one's at fault and we're not going to look any further. It's a very strange case. There's a lot of those. I personally think it is very strange that Charlie Adelson was found guilty by using evidence that indicted his mother and incriminated his sister, but had absolutely nothing to do with him. And yet the jury didn't even deliberate. They didn't even think. The judge made no attempt to control what was happening. And the defense attorney was lackluster, in my opinion, never once objecting to, hey, judge, why are we using quotes out of a fictional book written by the sister 10 years ago to incriminate this guy who didn't even know there was a book, right? I mean, it was a weird case. But if you stay in this genre long enough, you do run across these very curious, unusual cases. And so we're kind of there with this, the murders of Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra. I can't roll my R's very well, but it's supposed to be Guerra. I can't do it. So, so the fact that this family does not want people talking about it, and yet the whole world is talking about it. They asked for help, and then when they got help, they said they didn't want help. They have a GoFundMe that at this point has been funded. They've gotten the amount they've asked for. So it's very confusing. And I think it's a little ominous. Okay, just going to say it. I think it's a little ominous. Now, if you look at the video of the truck and the car, there's been some confusion about it. So let me play this. And I'll stop at the proper place. Make sure everybody can hear it. If you can hear this, put a 1.
On social media are upsetting.
And it's very upsetting, not just to me, to my family, but to my son. I just wish that people would just stop and let the police, the detectives do their job, do it the right way, so we can get justice for my granddaughter.
Okay, so she says that is Savannah's grandmother. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. That is Savannah's grandmother. And she's saying, I want people to stop. I want the investigation done the right way so we can get justice for our granddaughter. Now, it could be that they don't like the fact that a lot of people have made the connection between Matthew and Savannah's lifestyle and probable gang involvement. Now, some people have gone on to say, no, they're not involved in gangs, but he was definitely a drug dealer. The aunt, she says they were definitely not innocent people. And what I think she meant by that was, I don't think she meant that they caused their death or anything. I think she meant that maybe they were living a lifestyle that was dangerous, or it was a lifestyle that, they were breaking laws or whatever, but that they were young and there should be grace given, that you should overlook some of their choices. And I would agree with that. I would agree that young people, especially under the age of 25, I think we do have to show them some grace. I think they do act out in ways that they will not act out when they're older, because their brain is still, certain areas of their brain are still maturing up till about age 25. So I agree with that. But I also think that if they're involved in selling drugs, if they're actively involved in this kind of gangbang lifestyle, then I think that's a factor, because isn't it a high risk behavior? If you are kind of running with a gang, you're selling drugs to make income, aren't you introducing a real element of potential harm into your life? So we have to be non-judgmental, right? We have to be careful about pointing the finger and victim blaming and all that. We have to be careful of that. But we also have to really deal with reality. And the reality is that if you look back at their social media, and do yourselves a favor, don't just look at their social media, click on their friends. Click on their friends and look at their friends' social media, like Annalisa. Anybody looked at Annalisa Terrazza's social media? So I do think this was a group of young people that were emulating this gangbanger lifestyle. And that with that comes a lot of cash and a lot of power and a lot of danger. And Kathy R knows what I'm talking about, don't you, Kathy? Yeah. We're going to get to that. Thug life. There you go. So I guess that ought to be hashtag thug life. These kids were living the lifestyle, and that is not, I'm not being hateful about it. I'm not being judgmental. It's just, here, by comparison, Suzanne Morphew goes missing. The highlight of her day, the most dangerous thing that this lady was involved in, was riding her bicycle in the mountains. She might get going too fast down a hill. So if she goes missing, it's a real mystery. You don't have many possibilities. She's leading a pretty protected, pretty sheltered life, correct? But when a kid like Matthew, when he goes missing or turns up murdered, you're not running you don't have the problem of there's no choices for what could happen to him. The problem is there's way too many choices. There's so many things that could have gone wrong. For example, yes, it could have been a gang problem. It could have been him offending a rival gang. It could have been just gang violence. It could have had something to do with business. Could have had something to do with being, some drugs going missing or money going missing or selling drugs in the wrong territory. Could have been that. They're very young. It could have been jealousy. She was very young, pregnant with his child. What if there was another girl on the side that Savannah did not know about? And she was furious about the baby and about Savannah. Could have been paybacks. It also could have been family disagreement. It could have just been that very passionate, angry disagreement that sometimes happens in families. So in this case, it's not anything like the Suzanne Morphew case where everybody's sitting around going, how did this happen? Who in the world would want this person dead? With this case, it's much different. There's a lot of danger. There's a lot of lifestyle there that could have offended others or created motive for many, many different people. And I think that's the challenge that the cops are dealing with and why it's taken such a long time by today's standards for them to, make a decision. But there are a few things in that video of that truck and that car is filled with information. So let's keep going and see what else happens.
Savannah's Aunt Valerie Mendoza says with everyone trying to play detective and making false accusations is not helpful.
That's not helping us. Like, I've already removed myself from a lot of social media because of it.
And that is the best thing to do. It's the smartest thing to do. You cannot fight the entire world. And the entire world is on social media now. And so when these things happen and you suddenly find yourself in the headlines, rather than fighting, which gets more attention, you're much more likely to quiet the story if you just turn off all of your social media, take it down, make it inaccessible to others to see, and wait it out. Just like, I'm not going to get sidetracked.
Everybody has negative comments, and she wasn't innocent. They weren't, innocent, but they're young.
The family says the negative comments are painful as they try and mourn and process the deaths. They say no one in this world is perfect and appreciate all the prayers, love, and support they have received.
Let us grieve by ourselves without negativity comments out there. Because if it was somebody else's child, we will respect their privacy. And that's all we want. We just want everybody to respect our privacy, to let us mourn our way.
The family has also addressed fake fundraisers in the community, including several fake GoFundMes that have popped up. There are only 2 official GoFundMes, one for Savannah and one for Matthew. And we have posted those links on kins5.com. Mike Jimenez, Kins 5.
Okay, Mike, thank you.
Well, shoot.
Meanwhile, the family of Savanah Soto says they were upset with social media comments about Savannah and Guerrero.
And they're also asking the public to quit playing detective and let the police do their job. So
police have recently released videos of 2 persons of interest. The video.
Okay. Sorry about the coughing. Bill is very sick. No, let me see if my Camtasia finally finished uploading. see if we got.
Senator, the police continue their capital murder.
No, it's still downloading. Okay. So I don't yet have video on my Camtasia, but I will, once it's finished, I'll just do a straight video to show what I'm about to talk about. Okay. You've all seen this. Oh, Kelly O says, feel better, Bill. Okay. So we've all seen this video, and there's something specific I want to talk about. Okay. Right, Shalimar. Yeah, it's a nasty cough. Absolutely. I hope you get feeling better. I will put up, once the Camtasia is finished downloading the 1080 video, I will make a separate video to put up to demonstrate this, but take my word for it. Okay. When the large man, when he goes and gets back into the black Chevy, there is a couple of frames that if you zoom in, you can see that he does in fact have a ponytail, or at least he does have hair down his back. And have y'all seen that? If you've seen kind of what looks like long hair down his back as he's crawling back up into the truck, put a 1. And then I'll know that we're all on the same page here. Have y'all seen it? Hello. Hey, Rosie MVP. Good to have you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Kelly O. Hey, that Lacey. Happy New Year's. Okay, so some of you have not seen it. Okay, so I'm sorry it's taken so long for my Camtasia to upload this video, because I've got to show you. There is, in fact, quite a bit of long hair in the back. Don't get me wrong. It's not like Steve Perry from Journey, but definitely you do see it and get the impression he's got a man ponytail, right? It's a little small, little rat tail looking thing. Okay. And I'll prove it. Just keep your eyes out for the video when it gets downloaded into Camtasia, and I can show it, because I wanted the high definition to be able to show it. Hey, Petunia, cute name, very cute name, cute picture with your red hair. Okay. So, the guy getting back into the black truck does have a little bit of a rat tail in the back, just a little thin, ponytail. This young woman, Annalisa, not accusing. It's not my job to accuse. I'm not an investigator. I don't know her from Adam's House Cat. I haven't had a conversation with her or anyone she knows. But there is quite a bit of video about her. No, you're the first I've heard mentioning the long hair or the ponytail. Okay, well, it's there. Happy New Year's, Hybrid Pisces. Welcome, my friend. Hey, DB. So this person that you're looking at here, so Annalisa, if you are deep into this story, you'll recognize this name, Annalisa or Annalise. She is Matthew's ex-girlfriend. And early in this disappearance investigation, her name came up, and she made some very concerning comments about Savannah. And the information was actually forwarded to the San Antonio Police Department. And San Antonio, there has been so much attention on Annalisa and her comments that the police department has come out to make a statement to actually say Annalisa is not under investigation. Annalisa is not one of the people that we are pursuing. Okay. So yeah, Annalisa was Matthew's ex-girlfriend. Yes, Petunia. So I want to be very clear here that the police department, they say that they have two people of interest, two people that they are pursuing, that they want to question. And it is the driver of the silver car that we see in the video and the driver of the black truck that we see in the video. So that is what they're being very specific about, is it's those two people. And if you've been watching this, you go, but hey, wait a minute, what about the towel boy? Right? We know the towel boy or girl, there's at least one other person in the black truck, because we can clearly see them toss the towel to the big guy before he goes over and he wipes his fingerprints off the door of the car. Correct? All right. So that's 3 people at least, maybe more, because do you really have a driver in a truck and then someone sitting in the back seat? Of course not. There's definitely going to be someone sitting in the passenger side as well. So, overall, it's probably at least 4 people that they need to talk to. But the official word, official, is that they're looking for 2 people, the driver of the silver car, of Savannah's silver car, and the driver of the black truck. So that's what we're officially being told. And we also know that they can come out and say whatever they want. They can come out and say, hey, guys, Mickey Mouse is a person of interest. We believe Mickey Mouse has information about this murder. And if you see Mickey Mouse, you have to let us know. So the police can tell us anything they want to during a police investigation. They have no reason, no law, no ethical mandate to tell us the truth. Okay, so keep that in mind. But what is so interesting about this is that Annalisa has generated, through her words that were posted on social media, has generated such a firestorm. I mean, come on, people. She all but said Savannah's dead, and they had not found Savannah yet. So she did get referred over to the police. All of this was turned in. There's video of gunshots in the Ring doorbell. I mean, it's a whole thing. Okay. And so her name is in the big middle of this. So it's not like I'm picking on people in the community. I'm not doing that. There's a reason for this. Okay. And I really wish my video would hurry up and finish so I could show you why I think this is so important. So this man that you see now on the screen here, this in fact is her grandfather. Now, some people have said this is her dad. I think, looking at what I'm looking at, it's more likely that he's the grandfather of her. It could be the dad, but I think it's the grandfather. And I'm going to not put the name, the names and stuff out, but because please remember this, the cops have this information. I'm not putting something out there that others haven't put out. It's the police have it. They know. And like I said, they don't have to tell us the truth. Okay. But what I'm fixing to show you was enough to make me go, oh yes, there'll be an arrest coming. I'm certain of it. And I think it'll be pretty soon. So let me watch this. Okay. Look at the length of this man's hair. So here's the problem. The problem is that there's a lot of people in San Antonio that may be a little bit overweight. I just want to be nice here, okay? It's not uncommon. It's also not uncommon for the longer hair. And I think if hold on, let it get back around. So over the course of a couple of years, you know, he's getting bigger. He's still keeping his long hair, right? So I do believe that perhaps part of this family consternation that people are talking about this and they're saying, oh, you're making false accusations. I think part of that may be because, you know, they don't want it to be related people. They don't want it to be family. They don't want it to be friends. Who would want that? No one would want that. No one would want that. So I have, you know, I have compassion for what they're experiencing, but the particular body type, and then when I saw the hair, I thought to myself, how there's a lot that's very uncomfortable. I wish that this thing would finish downloading so that I can do the video that I want to do. I still don't have
investigation into the deaths.
Still don't have the video. So frustrating.
Media are hurt.
Yeah. That's the problem when you try to do the high resolution. Let me see if I download it in a less well, I think what's best for y'all, if I just don't, I'm not going to do it while y'all are sitting here waiting for me. Hey, Salty Sweet Tea. I am so happy to see you. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year. So again, this guy, I think, is actually the grandfather, although many people are saying it's the father. And he is related to Annalisa. And Annalisa has collected quite a bit of attention with her words that were pretty uncomfortable related to Savannah. Let me see if I can get Annalisa. I'll show you this. All right, where's the one that I want to show? Where's the one with the gunshots? Okay, so let me share this. Hold on just a second. Okay, so that man that I was just showing, he is father / grandfather of this young woman who you're going to hear speaking. And she is talking about why she posted what she did about Savannah.
In October at the mall, right? A few days later, like 2 days later,
it's a little bit hard to hear.
At the mall, right? A few days later, like 2 days later, after that happened, my baby daddy and them, his homeboys said that they seen her and him at the nail salon, which was right down the street. So I had went to go see what's up, like, cause I thought my baby daddy and her baby daddy were gonna fight, and if she wanted to fight too. Like, I didn't know she was pregnant though. So then boom, I went to the nail salon, walked in there, not in there, but I opened the door. Boom. I had said what's up, and then I realized she was pregnant. So then I just left it there, left it as that. But whenever I posted what I posted, which was this, I had posted this. Ain't karma a bitch, my baby daddy done bitch this nigga out, and she shorty didn't want to smoke with me. When I said karma's a bitch, I wasn't meaning towards her kidnap. I was talking about like with her baby daddy, but I guess y'all can't take it that way. But
now the
no,
problem
I mean
is,
like, oh, I wanted her to get
the
kidnapped
problem
no
is that
no,
nobody knew
kidnapped.
Savannah
I
was
talking about like
kidnapped.
with her baby daddy, but I guess y'all can't take it that way. But no, I did not mean it like, oh, I wanted her to get kidnapped or no anything. No, fuck no. Then the next thing I posted was this. Wouldn't give a fuck if somebody got a problem with what I said. At the end of the day, to some straight bitches. All right, boom. And don't stand on no type of business. Yeah, you was pregnant. When I say you was pregnant, like I said, this happened back in October. That's what I was talking about. And why your baby daddy? And because her baby daddy left her there at the nail salon when I had walked in there, and I was about to fight her, but I didn't because, like I said, she was pregnant. Any fucking ways, I do not know where this girl at. I don't even know who the fuck she was. I just thought
You don't know you don't know who she was. Well, remember, her old boyfriend is Matthew, Savannah's current boyfriend, father of her child who was about to be born. So that is a lie. She just I don't know how many different lies she tells in this one little clip, but it's enough that the cops will simply not be able to ignore this. The other thing about this clip, I think that is so red hot, is that she's saying that her baby daddy, her boyfriend, is going to fight Matthew, that the two of them are going to fight, Matthew and her guy, and that she was going to fight Savannah. So you tell this long story, Annalise, but then you say you don't know her? That's just silly. I mean, it's just dumb. So it's pretty incendiary.
I was just gonna, cause since her and my baby daddy got into it, I thought she was gonna be with the shits too, but I found out she was pregnant, so I didn't fucking fight her. But this happened about back in October. I posted all this about the situation and shit that happened, but nah, I don't wish none of this shit upon her. I don't think it's cool and this and that, but I was, like I said, I'm speaking on this old situation that happened, bro. A lot of people know me, bro. I be inside. I don't even got friends for real. I'm pregnant, and what the fuck? Like, I don't even got a car. First of all, I don't got a car. Okay, I take the Via bus. You hear me? I don't fucking, what the fuck? I look like kidnapping someone, or even know anybody kidnap somebody. Like, bro, like if that was the case, I would have gone kidnap my baby daddy to come be over here with me. Like, be for real. But nah, real shit. On some real shit. I don't know where the fuck she's at. If my post and this.
And here's another question. Does she really have a baby daddy? Like, who is the baby daddy? And I feel a little silly. I'm a little bit old to be using that term, but just to sort of stay with the story, she's claiming there's a baby daddy. She's claiming that her baby daddy was going to get in a fight with Matthew, and that was the reason for the disagreement. But what if it turns out that when she has her baby, that Matthew was actually the dad? So, Annalise, girl, I think you in trouble. That's all I got to say. So let me see if I can find that other TikTok. Hold on. Not that one. Let's see. I wonder if this video is enough
Now, police have two persons of interest. The family of 18-year-old Savanah Soto reported the teen missing when she never showed up to the hospital, where she was set to be induced for labor. At the time, police confirmed the identity of Savannah's 22-year-old boyfriend, Matthew Guerra, who owned the Kia Optima that they were found dead inside. San Antonio PD also released this surveillance video and are seeking information on two persons of interest.
No lights on either car.
From a nearby location where Savannah and Matthew's bodies were found. It captures a dark-colored pickup truck slowly pulling up to Matthew's silver Kia Optima. But what's more shocking, police say one of the persons of interest can be seen driving his car about 15 seconds.
Now, there's another bit of information here. I'm so frustrated that I can't zoom in, but I will be able to, just waiting on it to download. Another interesting part about this video is that there is a good bit cut out. So before the police released this, they edited out a whole section. We don't get to see what it was. I think that is very interesting. So I'll show you where they cut it out.
The video. Person can be seen getting out of the pickup, walking to the door of the gray Kia to talk with the person in the driver's seat before going back into the pickup. Then both vehicles drive
right
away.
Here. Sorry about that. Right there, they're going to cut it. And then there's going to be a jump where you're going to see him already at the car with the door open. Now, earlier, we thought there was somebody toward the front that was wiping the car down. It is not. It is simply the reflection of a light on the door. The door is pulled all the way wide open. There's not another person outside of the car. It's just this big man right here. What you will see is you will see the person that's driving the car. You will see that person stand up, and it's almost like the guy says, sit down or get back in the car, because they stand straight up and then they go straight back down. So but we are missing a pretty good sized chunk of this video. And wouldn't that be interesting to know what it is? The cops also obviously pulled it out, probably, you know, in case there's prosecution later on, in case this goes to trial. So it'll be interesting to see what it was that they cut out.
Police say right now it's unclear what link the two have to Savannah and Matthew, and say they couldn't provide more details pending the investigation. Earlier, when Savannah and Matthew's bodies were discovered in the gray Kia, police believe their bodies were in Matthew's car for about 3 or 4 days. And at the time, police said it was unclear if weapons were found inside the vehicle. But just days after the tragic discovery,
yeah, I don't think there was anything found. Okay, so that didn't show me what I was hoping it would show me. This is a video, but it's not the one I want to show.
Hello. Hi, I'm Officer Roger. San Antonio Police Department. It's my understanding you had some video. Yes. Hi. Yeah.
Why this black girl always posting videos? I thought she was scared. Let me tell y'all something. Conversation is everything. The idea is to be aware of what's going on. Then with that being said, I'm out.
Okay.
Can't nobody tell me what I can.
I wonder if they
y'all asking me about videos and you turn around and you don't want to see the videos. Stop fucking watching. Just don't watch.
I wonder if they removed It's almost like they removed the one video that I was trying to show y'all. It's got to still be here. Huh. Strange. I think it is Tabitha.
In October at the mall, right? A few days later, like 2 days later, after that happened, my baby daddy and his homeboys said that they seen her and him at the nail salon, which was right down the street. So I had went to go see what's up, like, cause I thought.
Okay, that was the one we just watched. All right, it looks like they took down the other TikTok videos that had the doorbell, but I'll keep looking for it. I can add it back into another video, but we're already at 51 minutes. I think the second time the man from the truck approaches the car, the driver of the car gets out and kisses his cheek, then sits back down. Watch the angle of their face. I do know what you're talking about, 120 acres. I don't know. Maybe it's a kiss on the cheek. I kind of got the impression that it was looking back, like over her or his left shoulder, like maybe looking to see if anybody was watching. But maybe it was a kiss on the cheek. You 100%, maybe so. I think that the person getting up out of the car, they look like, to me, maybe they have like their hair up on top of their head, like in a bun, or maybe a high ponytail. Did you see that 120? What'd you think about the hair? The kiss is a sign of respect. Absolutely. Yes. Yep. Did you think it was a girl? Did you think it was like a ponytail, like a high ponytail or something like that, or maybe a bun on top of their head? A ponytail. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. Looks like a woman to me, Kathy. Yeah. Yes, the screen is black, Deb. Let me see if I'm so frustrated. Yeah, apparently there's no sorry, I'm distracted. I'm looking through a video trying to see if I can find a better version. Just give me a minute here. That one doesn't work. All right, let me see if I can find a better version here. Savannah. Let's see, this one looks, yeah, this one's a little bit better. All right, let me share. I know everybody's seen this before. I okay, this one's a little bit better, a little bit closer in. Okay, so neither car has lights on, so they're operating undercover here. Okay, it's going to turn around and somebody's going to hand him a towel out of the car, out of the truck. See it there it is. Now it's going to cut out. They cut it out. Did you see that 120 acres? Wow. Why'd they do that? That's crazy. Why did they do that? They surely did. All right. Well, let's try the original one that I have. It shows the whole thing. you can clearly see them get out. And they cut it. They're hiding. That looks like a woman. Right here, let me make it bigger so you can see a little more. So right here, this is a person that has stood up, and so 120 Acres thinks that she's kissing him as a sign of respect. To me, I wondered if this person turned around and looked over their left shoulder. And it looks like somebody either with a bun on top of their head or they have a high ponytail. But as soon as she or they stand up, look to their left over their shoulder, then they immediately sit right back down again. It's weird how they cut out that place. Right there. So then the next question is, so I think that is very interesting. And I think that if in fact this man is related to Annalisa, and we heard Annalisa's own words saying so many really incendiary things. I mean, she's going to be brought in for questioning. I don't doubt that if she hasn't already been questioned. Here's another uncomfortable reality. So if in fact this man is this same guy that I showed here, this is the girl that was talking about, that she was going to fight Savannah, and that her baby daddy was going to fight Matthew, and that, she didn't have anything to do with the kidnapping. And this was before anybody even said that they were kidnapped. She also talked about smoking Savannah, meaning killing her. And all of this before they ever even found Savannah and Matthew. Okay, so she says this. Annalisa says this and puts it online. This man right here is her dad or grandfather. And now ask me, does he drive a black Chevy extended cab truck? Yes, he does. It's at the vigil. It's crazy. So, okay, yeah. So it's heartbreaking. And I'm certain that, the idea that for Savanah Soto's family or Matthew Gueda's family, I'm sure this potential that somehow people, his old girlfriend, Matthew's old girlfriend, might have had something to do with this, that's got to be a nightmare. I mean, it's already a nightmare. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's as bad of a situation as it could be. You believe that, you're going to have your brand new baby, grandchild born. You believe this is going to be the happiest day. And it turns out to be an absolute nightmare. And then to find out that it was someone that was intimately involved with Savannah and Matthew, it's just I don't know how anybody processes that and lives with it, right? I don't. Lori says they're not arrested, but they are talking to him. This whole, he is going to have a hard time saying it's not him, right? It's going to be very difficult. You have one coincidence, you can argue it. You have two coincidences, you can argue it. but you got 5, 6, 7 coincidences. Surely is hard to argue that point. Just ask Charlie Adelson. It's hard to argue, right? If they question him at some point, it's going to come to Annalisa. So, I think this is going to end up being one of those cases. It's just just sad, just horrifically sad. She would rise out of a vehicle, kiss his cheek out of respect, regardless of the situation. Thank you, 120. And then that's why they want us to stop talking about it so suspects don't disappear. Oh, no, it's everyone's talking about it, Shalimar. Everyone that's been following this case, these are friends, these are family members that have come out and said, oh, that's Annalisa's dad. They've all come out and said, this is not true crime community people that are talking about it. These are the people of San Antonio. Other channels are saying an arrest is imminent. Yeah, I haven't heard that. I don't know about that. Why would he be at a vigil? Because it's their community, Sandy. There's a lot of the kids that are, it's just, how kids are all in, how they all have they've all gone to school together. They all went to high school, junior high together. Lots of dual relationships and such. So him, the man on the screen, his daughter or granddaughter, one or the other, she was Matthew Guerra's old girlfriend. And she claims that I didn't even know who Savanah Soto was. Yes, you did. That's silly. So, all worn out says, he was just buying him some dope. Perhaps. I don't know. Our DA said, the district attorney said that. So Kathy, yeah, I'm not going to say that. So thank you, Kathy, for that information. The man was in jail at the time of the murders. So Kay Doogie says this man was in jail at the time. That's not what I heard. Criminals show up at the crime scene. I learned that off the TV show, Criminal Minds. Arsonists are on scene of their fires. He might show up, so it's not to look guilty. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is true that often people will return to the scene of the crime to watch the excitement. It gives them, they feel powerful and makes them feel good to see the effects they have on others, that kind of thing. Yeah. How are you, Black Rose? Happy New Year's. Hey, Sundown Farm. Happy New Year's. Daisy. Happy New Year's. All right. Whoever did it more than likely would attend, as they would stick out more if they did not attend. If they did, in fact, know either person that was murdered. I totally agree, 120. Completely agree with you. And in this case, they knew Matthew very well because the daughter was his girlfriend. Okay, so Yolanda says, how could she drive the car with those bodies inside? So it's an interesting... The inside of the car is as interesting as this meetup between the black Chevy and the car. So when the car is found, Savannah is in the passenger seat and she has a baby car seat in her lap, which is weird, right? Now she's sitting like straight up and her head, I think, if I remember correctly, her head is kind of like laying to the left. Okay. The baby car seat is sitting in her lap. In the back seat is Matthew, and his pants are pulled down. And a lot of people have had some things to say about that. I just think whoever was in the back seat probably pulled him out of the driver's seat and into the back seat. so they themselves could then get into the driver's seat to drive the car around. And I think, if you look at some of his pictures, he's a real skinny guy. And sometimes he was kind of sagging, and maybe it would be easy for his pants to kind of slide down his thighs by pulling him. So I think that was the whole, I think it makes sense to me. They were both shot in the back of the head, a single bullet. I sort of think maybe whoever did it was sitting in the back seat, shot them, and then pulled him into the back seat so they could get in the driver's seat and then call for help and go meet up with the person that they're asking for help from. Now, I'm just trying to figure out the logistics of how that could happen. I have no idea. There's a lot of people who have said perhaps they killed them somewhere else and then just loaded them into the car. I don't know. There's something about the baby car seat being in Savannah's lap that makes me think the killer was sitting in the back. The car seat was installed. The killer was sitting in the back. They were trying to get Matthew pulled out of the car seat, out of the driver's seat, so they could drive somewhere. And they couldn't scoot over to get out of the way as they dragged Matthew in the back seat. So they unhooked the car seat and laid it over in Savannah's lap. Otherwise, I can't account for it. It just seems like the logistics on the inside of the car are very odd. Oh, absolutely, Nancy. It's a terrible, sad, terrible tale. Black Rose said that she knew somebody that, oh, wait, I knew someone who killed someone else that I knew. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry, Black Rose. You can see headrest on driver. So where is Savannah? Savannah's in the passenger seat, Deb. This said, I had heard that, Sandy, and that the cousin was like one of the first people on the scene, right? Like arriving just as the cops were there. And there was evidence that he was tortured. I don't know why. As far as I've been able to find, no one has described what that would be. Or if it was just a misstatement. I don't know. But it would make sense to me if you tried to pull somebody from the front seat into the back seat, you might be able to drag their pants, down. I thought perhaps the car seat was put over her face to perhaps cover it from view if someone walked. No, it was sitting in her lap. I believe she was looking to her left and her right arm was over her stomach. And I think it's been removed now. But for a couple of days, you could actually see a photograph that was taken. I think it was a screenshot off of a video, actually. But you could see into the car. You could see Savannah. Like it was definitely her. And you probably would have thought she was just sleeping if you didn't know the truth. So, but her head was to the left and her right arm was over her stomach. I don't know if, maybe she was trying to just turn her back to whoever was trying to hurt her maybe, or I don't know. It was, passenger seat. Oh, really, Kathy? Okay. Yeah, he was very tall, thin guy. Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's been a lot of conversation among all the young people in San Antonio there was some really bad blood. Annalisa got a lot of attention very early. And you think back to when you were a young person, a lot of, how, if there was going to be a fight, for example, if there was going to be a fight, everybody knew about it, right? Even though it wasn't like out in the open, no adults were talking about it, but all the kids knew what was going to happen, right? The word spreads. And apparently that is what was happening in San Antonio, because when they went missing, within hours, the kids were on TikTok and Snapchat, and they were all looking towards one person. So I think this is going to be one of those cases. There'll be an arrest, and the story will all come out. I think it was her sister-in-law that was tipped off to where the car was. I am so sorry, Elizabeth. My prayers for you and your family. That is terrible. I am so sorry. We have missed you. I am so sorry that happened. I was still waiting on it, Lacey. Let me check again. Hold on.
Were discovered. The medical examiner
sharing false information.
No, still just looking at it's just audio. The video has not come through yet.
About the investigation.
That's crazy, because we're at an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that, Elizabeth. Yeah, thank you, Lady of Angels. Yeah, Annalise referred to Savannah in past tense. She also used the words smoking Annalise. She claimed that she did not, I'm sorry, smoking Savannah. She also said, I don't even know who Savannah is. Yep. I know. I know, Elizabeth. It takes a little time to kind of adjust, but thank you for telling us. We've missed you. I'm really glad to see you again. And if there's anything that we can do, let us know. I mean, if you want to talk about it or don't want to talk about it, whatever you need. Just really glad to see you again, and I'm very sorry that this happened to you. Hope your family is adjusting. Day after Halloween. Wow. So sorry. So sorry. So it's been still quite fresh and new, isn't it? 2 months. Tough. Really tough. Thank you, Real Swisher. Thank you. It's kind of you. Okay. So, prayers for Savannah's family, her aunt and grandmother and mom, dad, stepdad, they're all suffering, and, prayers for Matthew's family. And this is not about, that there was, drugs or anything like that. Let's face it, this 2023, there's an awful lot of young people and old people that are involved in drugs or alcohol. I mean, look, alcohol is one of the most difficult drugs that there is. So what's important is that these two young people and the baby Fabian, they did not deserve this on any level. And whomever, I will say this too, whomever is the culprit, whoever did do this is a really dangerous human being, and they need to find them and get them off the street. You know what I mean? This is dangerous. It has to be a young girl driving that car. A seasoned driver, a man, would not turn on a blinker in a parking lot. It's just my opinion. Agreed, Holly. And she's got the lights off, right? So what did she think the blinker was? So yeah, I think that's a good observation. Definitely. Yeah, it's Matthew Guerrero. It's Guerra. The R's are rolling R's. I can't do it. Guerrero. Y'all ever drive? No, actually, the real Swisher. That is not something I've ever done before. Absolutely not. Three dead bodies. That's right. Don't, Fabian matters. Absolutely. Such a sad case, just so sad. Like this, I said in an earlier live, it's on private right now. I'm going to be releasing it for members only. I said in that video, this case, this is, to me, it touches me like the Idaho 4 case touches me. The impact is so profound. There's just nothing sadder than the idea that this young girl is about to give birth to a perfectly healthy, wonderful baby with her boyfriend. And within hours, they're going to have this baby, and it's going to be this joyful celebration. And it's just ended for absolutely nothing. It's just ended. This is a tough case. This one hurts. This one hurts. Agreed, Diane. Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for being here. It does feel evil. It definitely feels evil. It's unfathomable. And you're right. It hits you like Idaho 4. Yeah, it's just senseless, pointless, way too much destruction, way too far reaching. It's just insidious. It's just innocence lost is the whole, the impact is that message of, innocence sacrificed. It's just terrible. It's really terrible. Yep. Demons walk among us. Very true. Very true. So it does feel like it was really personal. I agree, Yolanda. It seems like it was really personal. You got to be, come on. Yolanda hit the nail on the head here. Everyone loves a baby, right? Like everyone. You got to be cold. I mean, you got to be cold-hearted, or you got to be filled with the rage of the devil to sacrifice a baby in this way, to kill a mother knowing that that baby is hours from being born. That is either the coldest, harshest animal on the planet that pulled that trigger, or that was somebody filled with rage and jealousy and hate. And either one of those extremes is terrifying to me. Either of those extremes is terrifying. Yeah, welcome, Glenn. I have heard people talk about that maybe the people that did this, had left the country. I don't know if that's just people brainstorming or if there's reason to believe that, but I don't think this guy or his daughter/granddaughter, I don't think that they're gone. I think they're in San Antonio. There's reason to believe that they're being questioned by the police. I'm going to keep it up, Elizabeth. Absolutely. Cecilia. So this man, this is long, convoluted explanation. So the video that shows the black Chevy and Savannah's car shows a large man getting out of the black Chevy and going over to the car, having an interaction or two, and then getting back in his truck. His daughter, but I think maybe the reality is it's his granddaughter, but his daughter is the girlfriend or ex-girlfriend of Matthew. And the problem is that this guy looks like the guy that got out of the car. His hair is the same. His body shape is the same. And this man on the screen, the ex-girlfriend's father/grandfather, he also drives a black Chevy. So the rumor in San Antonio is that he is being questioned by the police as well as his daughter. Or I think it's the granddaughter. They all could be off to Mexico. Bet they're all off to Mexico. They're going to hide somewhere. Possibly Glenn. I mean, sure, Charlie Adelson wishes he had hidden, right? I mean, he went to Vietnam like 2, 3, 4 times. Why in the world didn't he come back? You know, but he did. He thought he was innocent. Could it be an unaliving and then suicide? Initially, salty sweet tea, that was kind of the prevailing logic. It did not take very long, though, for the police to come out and say, no, that this was not a unaliving slash, that it is being investigated as a double homicide. To me, it seems like a drug retaliation. Happy New Year, Fractured Fairy Tales. Good to see you. And Rochelle, good to see you. Thanks. So I'm glad that you're here. Absolutely. Yeah, initially they thought that it was a murder suicide, but they have come out now and said absolutely a double homicide. Yeah. And the families were very vocal, saying no way did Matthew do this to Savannah, that he was in love. He loved her, that he did not do this. There's also, this is a big case. There's a lot of information in this case. So last December, Matthew was arrested for domestic violence against Savannah. And her family, they tried to get her to press charges, but ultimately she loved him. He apologized. And so she did not go to court and testify. And so then the charges were dropped. So you're going to hear that background as the story unfolds. You're going to hear that background as well. The family came out and said, there's no way that Matthew would hurt her. That's not what happened here. But they do have very real domestic violence charges, and he hurt her pretty bad. So, but that was last year, not 2023 Christmas. It was 2020. Was it 2022 or 21? Uh-oh, I'm having a brain fart. No, it was 2022. I'm right about that. It's 2022. Annalisa's stepdad and boyfriend. Oh, I don't know, Alex. I mean, you could be right if he's being questioned. It's kind of hard to lose a 450, 500-pound man, right? Yeah, agreed. Yeah, he is a very large guy. That's what I thought, Lori. I thought the girl, I think it's a girl. It's either a girl or a very small guy with a bun on top of his head. They stand up, and then almost immediately the big guy either says, get back in that car, or pushes him back down. He doesn't she doesn't stand up and just kind of hang around for a little while. She stands up, looks over her left shoulder, and then is immediately back down in the car. So I agree with you, Lori. Annalisa, okay, Alex thinks Annalisa and stepdad. It certainly, I'm going to tell you something, Alex. Even that rat tail on the back of his head, right? The hair is the same. The hair is the same. Yes, Laura. And the guy on the screen, his daughter is Annalisa Terrazza, the girl who basically said that Savannah was kidnapped and dead before they ever found him. They just did a drug deal, no time to visit. So I get that, all worn out. The problem all worn out with that idea is that they drive straight there, not even 100 yards around the corner, and park the car where they're found dead in the car. So no, the general belief, the cops have said they believe that Matthew and Savannah are already deceased in the car when this car meets up with the black truck. Hybrid Pisces, you are probably right. You're probably right about this. Every time a murder involves a very late stage pregnancy, it's a psycho woman at the helm. I can't argue with that. And how many people still to this day believe that Nicole Kessinger was involved in what happened to Shanann Ruchek and all of her babies? People still believe that she was a part of that. What happened to that family? It's terrible. I've also heard the cartel talk, heard all that. Yep. All right. So, I think that this is one of those cases that there'll be an arrest sooner rather than later. I don't even think it's going to be like with Kohberger, we waited, quite a long time with Kohberger. I think they got them. I think they got these guys. Apartments they were found at is not easy to get to. Drunk Turkey did a good video on the drive. Oh, I need to go over there and watch and see what they put up. I haven't seen their stuff. Thank you for the reminder, salty sweet tea. Close to Leon Valley. Never knew the apartment was there. Interesting. Well, thank you so much. So everybody heard that. We need to all go over to Drunk Turkey's channel and see what they've got on the drive. Very interesting. Maybe, Alex. Yeah. Of course it's real, Kathy. And that's why the candle has significance, right? Oh, yeah, Laura, go to TikTok. Look up Annalise Terrazza. That girl was up to no good. Okay, so you guys have seen this case and you know about Annalisa. If you think that her stuff that she's been putting up is shady, put a 1. If you think there's nothing wrong with it and everybody took it completely the wrong way, put a 2. It'd be very interesting to see what you guys think. I think she's pretty shady. Okay, so we got a couple of 1s. We definitely need another update, Alex. I totally agree. Hey, Andy, Happy New Year. Oh, look at all these. So lots of people think the stuff that she's posted has been shady as hell. Happy New Year, Susan Bell. It was like they knew it was going to happen. Totally. I mean, she even says something about smoke in Savannah. What do you think that meant? She's innocent until proven guilty, but I feel where y'all are coming from. Absolutely, real Swisher. And, I have to keep saying that to myself. These people, even those that seem to really have a problem with evidence, they're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, right? Either by the judge or the jury of their peers. That is very important. And for me, the whole Charlie Adelson case kind of typifies that. I think he got railroaded. I don't think he knew what the crazed women in his family were up to. So, all right. Been watching Zawaki. Yeah, boy, he has dived right into the whole Chris Watts. He has regurgitated all the old stuff, hasn't he? He is on a mission to get Nicole Kester arrested. He said the district attorney was related to her. No, that's some gossip I hadn't heard. The big guy's wife could be the one that passed the towel. Yes, Alex. He does drive a black Chevy. Yes. What I don't know, I think the black Chevy that is in the video, I think it has a sticker on the back that has the whole what is the heartbeat of America, and it's kind of like got the EKG lines that end in a heart, and then the Chevy saying is the heartbeat of America. It looks like that truck has that sticker on the back on the tailgate. So it would be interesting to look at his truck to see if it had a sticker. Annalisa, Alex, Annalisa claimed that she is pregnant as well right now herself. So I think that is interesting, right? I mean, wouldn't that be something if she had the baby and they did a DNA test and Matthew was the father of that baby as well? Whew, that would be crazy. No, I did not, Elizabeth. Oh my God. Heidi Broussard? Oh, that is terrible. It really would, real Swisher. I mean, can you spell motive? Right? That would be that passion, rage that I was talking about earlier, for sure. Absolutely. No, absolutely, Black Rose. No, she didn't care. Okay, you guys are amazing. I've had such a good time talking to everybody tonight and hearing all of your comments and input. It's so enjoyable for me. Well, so Alex is saying, why aren't they giving us information? Like for a while we were getting updates. Now we're not getting anything. Why is that? It has been, people have stated in the past, Alex, that when a case seems like it's really active and you're getting a lot of updates, a lot of interactions, and then it suddenly goes quiet, that you can expect that there is an arrest coming. That's kind of how it has played out. It's how it happened in Coburger. They get real quiet, they kind of go underground, and then boom, there's an arrest out of the blue. So maybe they're getting ready to make their move. Exactly, Alex. I mean, people that are dealing drugs, they're notorious for telling on others. Absolutely. Yep. I don't know if that's fact, Deb. I don't know if that's true. But if it is, more rage, right? More passion, something personal. Might explain, you know, if you have a baby by a man and another woman has a baby by the same man, you may be a little bit unhappy with that. Just ask Mrs. Bobbitt. No honor among thieves and drug dealers. All right. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate you more than you will ever know. This has been a really fun night for me, not because of the content. The content is just heartbreaking, but because I have not been on YouTube in quite a long time doing this true crime stuff. And I feel welcomed, and you guys have all been very nice, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for spending your time with me tonight and all of your comments. I love to see what you guys are talking about. Y'all teach me. I get to learn from you. And in fact, as soon as I end this, I'm going to go straight over to Drunk Turkey's channel and watch their information on, you know, doing that drive to the apartment and seeing how out of the way it is. Elizabeth Gregory, my prayers with you and your family. I'm really sorry to hear about, you know, your heartache, and I hope that we'll see you more in chat, and I'll be here more. And it was really great to be here, Fractured Fairy Tales. I'm really, really glad to see you, and Sundown Farms and Black Rose and Elizabeth, everybody. Y'all are amazing. Paul Boone, I was really glad. Deb, it's nice to see you. Nancy, welcome. 120 Acres, really, really great to have you here. And yeah, this just reminds me why I, you know, love doing the whole YouTube true crime thing. This was a great night for me. So thank y'all. Appreciate it so much. If you are not subscribed, I hope you will. At the very least, I hope you'll hit the thumbs up. At least that will kind of persuade YouTube to share my video with other subscribers. And I hope that you all have an amazing Wednesday, June the 3rd. And I'll be back tomorrow. All right. See you then.